So I was supposed to have a job interview today and I canceled an hour before. I'm feeling all types of ways, mostly relieved and proud that I chose myself yet again. This artist journey is not for the faint of heart because I could have jumped at this opportunity and let it muddle all of the progress that I've made so far. And I know a lot of people may be thinking, like, well, sometimes you need to do something, you need to have this job, and then on the side, you can do your art stuff until that builds up, and then you'll switch over. That's like the main logic that most people have. But what most people don't know is I've already been doing that. I've been doing that for so many years, and it's gotten me to like a very base level with my artistry. And I'm at the time where spirit, the universe, my guides, God, whatever you want to call it, is telling me it's time to jump all in 100%, no dedos left behind, no fingers, no tips, no nothing left behind. Like I have to jump in 100%. And it's because when you're in these jobs, you give your main focus because you want to excel, you want to succeed, you want to like prove yourself in the environment, and that like takes away from what you're doing on the side. At least for me, in my experience, I started to put 100% into the job and then less percent into what I was doing with my creative endeavors. I was still posting, but it was just kind of like here and there, but not really intentionally focusing and building an actual brand that is sustainable. That requires your full focus and attention. And I'm so surprised, and well, not surprised. Okay, well, maybe a little surprised that I turned it down. I turned it down without even taking the interview. One, because there was a red flag. I asked up front, like, what's the salary? What's the location? Give me a job description. And they were like, sure, let's hop on a call first. And I don't like when people do that with the salary. They're like, let me see what your base range is based on this conversation, rather than being transparent and telling me how much the job was. Anyway, I had a conversation with myself, and I know in my head like the job is anywhere between 72,000 to like 100, maybe like 110 cap. 110K cap for the year. And the old me would have been like, wow, that's so much money. Like, let's jump at this opportunity. But like, it's money at what cost though? That's my time, 5 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day, because production jobs, like, they want more than 8 hours, sweets. Like, they will, the contract will say 8 hours, but they will like expect you to stay overtime without overtime pay. I've already been in that environment. That's how they work. And I just cannot be there anymore. So 110K at what cost? My freedom, my creative endeavors, the opportunities that I'm creating for myself, like this feels way more aligned. And I'm finally feeling like I'm in a good groove. Like I got my schedule down. I am understanding how this works for me internally. It feels good. And I don't want to fuck it up just because somebody says, here's some cash for that ass. And then I feel like sooner or later, like 110K, like I'll make that in a month. Like I feel, I really feel certainly like I'll be able to make that in a month, in a week, in a day, whatever. Like I'll be able to make that. So my pussy is not jumping for 110K for the year to work 10 hours a day. I mean, doing some cool ass shit. Like I'll be working with, like, I would have been working with name brand stuff, but this one opportunity does not hold the keys to all of my opportunities for luxury, for fashion, to be in a high, sustainable, creative environment. I'm gonna get there, and I really feel that. So, if you're at a crossroad right now and you're trying to choose between yourself and an opportunity, I would say go to what feels most aligned. I made this decision because I felt it in my body. Like, I could not physically fathom being in an interview and answering the question, tell me about yourself. Like, I've answered that question so many times, and I just cannot fathom trying to contort myself into this one job that I barely even want. Like, I don't want to choose an opportunity that's going to take away from anything that I'm doing. So loud. Can you put that bucket under there so it's not so loud? The bucket under the water so it's not so loud. When you live in the rainforest, you gotta expect the rain. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we're back. What was I saying? I didn't want this job to take away from any of my creative endeavors. And sure, I know some of you may be thinking like you could use that opportunity to seize other opportunities. You're in the modeling environment, so maybe you can become a model. Tried that and it did not work. I'm not going to say which company it was or which brand it was, but once they see that you're really good at what you do, they want you to stay where you're at. And I would go to these jobs and they would think that I was a model, that I came in to model. Like during check-in, they're like, "Are you here for modeling?" And I'm like, "No, I'm here with the production company." So I had a conversation with one of the casting directors, and he's like, "Wow, you're really beautiful, and you look like one of the girls that I have back in London, and we should take your picture." And I was like, "Oh my God, amazing! This is my opportunity. This is what I've been waiting for. Let me shoot my shot." On my lunch break, I ran to fucking H&M. I got me like a plain white t-shirt and like got stuff for my hair. I like did myself up and I came back ready to take the picture. And then it was like it was like I was the one that was begging to take the photo when that person was the one who initiated it but didn't want to like see it out. So then it started to look like I was being unprofessional and I was like harping on an opportunity that I shouldn't have been and I should be focused on my work. It became a whole thing. Like they turned it around and I was just like, okay. But I've lived through that and I have tried to be in these environments as a production assistant, production coordinator, and then transfer myself into talent. But in that environment, it's seen as unprofessional if you're going up to a casting director and it's not the time to shoot your shot. So yeah, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And now I'm realizing with the power of fucking content and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, like I don't need anyone to put me on. I can put myself on. So this is for anybody who is just like stuck in the in between or in the crossroads of trying to choose yourself, your creative endeavors, or starting a business, entrepreneurship, all of those things, or working for somebody else. Like, I have so many friends that want to start businesses for years and they still have been like waiting on I don't know what. But if you keep waiting, you're always going to be waiting. And I did try the thing of working the job and doing the creative thing on the side. And I promise you, at least for me, it doesn't work. So here I am giving myself the permission to turn down 100K jobs, baby, in the promise to myself that I'm going to show up and continue to be in my power until 100K seems like pennies to me. Okay, like possibilities, possibilities. So what it really comes down to is self-belief. It may seem like I had a lot of support, like parental support, familiar family support growing up, but I surely fucking didn't. Throughout like middle school all the way to high school, like I was performing regularly and nobody came to see me. Nobody came to bring me flowers. Nobody came to hug me afterwards. Not like family members, not like my mom or dad or anything. Sure, I had like friends and like my teachers and stuff that would say, "Great job." But anyone to like specifically come to see me, I didn't have that. Like I had to give that support to myself. I had to find that support in myself as a teenager. So if I could do that as a teenager all the way up till now, surely you can find the willpower to believe in yourself while nobody is applauding for you. Surely you can find the self-belief. I have been having to train myself this entire time how to support myself internally without any external validation. And I think that is a superpower. And once you find that you don't need any outside validation and that the creative work itself is the validation, you can get so much further along and so much farther ahead. Like it's very satisfying for me to see these videos up on YouTube. It's very satisfying for me to see my posts up on TikTok and on Instagram. Even if it got 3 likes, 3,000 likes, 300 likes, 3 million likes. Like for me, it came from my solar plexus, through my throat chakra, through my third eye, and all the way out into the physical world where other people can see them. Like, I think that's fucking powerful. If you can tap into your self power, your self belief, your own intuition, you will become unstoppable. It may sound like a lot of things, but it really all comes down to one thing: self belief and knowing that you are worth everything that you actually want. So, whoever this is for, I hope it reaches. So, who the. Okay, let me come back. Let me come back to y'all. Girl, I go away. I go far away. Okay, so if you find yourself at a crossroads or just trying to choose between you and a job or you and something that other people expect of you, like this is your time to take a pause. Take a pause, take a day, take a 2 days, 3 days, a week, whatever it is that you need. Sit with yourself and really see what it is that you want out of your lifetime. And when those answers start to get clearer for you, then you'll know how to navigate your direction. It's gonna take courage to tell big opportunities no and to choose whatever it is that you want to choose. Or maybe it is the big opportunity for you, and that is something that resonates with your nervous system and something that you really want, then you take that. It's all about being in alignment, just finding what aligns with your highest calling, your highest purpose. And I just know for me at this time, being a production coordinator is not my highest purpose. I really had to sit with myself because I was going back and forth for a second. I was like, well, Megan, like you can get the money and like then you can like talk to people and you could be in the room, and but then it's just like, girl, do you want to be a superstar or a production coordinator? Like, are you gonna step into your stardom, or are you gonna be behind a laptop responding to emails all day? And then the answer became really clear, like, babe, it's time to believe in yourself 100%. So here I am, believing in myself 100%, and you can too. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this video up for now. The message is believe in yourself. Find your purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, sit with yourself and yourself will reveal to you the steps you need to take to get to where you want to go. Do not overcomplicate it. It's not that complicated. You're just afraid to do the things that you don't want to do. Sometimes you got to quit the job. Sometimes you got to put money away instead of going out with your friends. Sometimes you have to make the move. Sometimes you have to break up with the person that you were with forever. Like, it takes sacrifice. Okay? Sacrifice those things and step into what you really want, and then that joy will come back to you 10 times fold mm, at a very high speed. So yeah, I'm speaking from experience, and I am the happiest I have ever been in my entire life. So join me. All right. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.